Ever wonder how AI learns to see? Like really see, not just memorizing images but understanding them. Today, we're diving into a breakthrough called Franca, a new open-source vision model that's redefining how computers interpret visual data. It's not just good, it's better than some of the biggest names in the game, like DINOv2 and CLIP. And here's the kicker, it's completely open source, meaning anyone can use, study, or improve it. Let's break it down. So why does this matter? Most cutting-edge vision models rely on proprietary datasets. Think massive, closed-off collections of images that only big companies can access. That's a problem. It limits transparency, slows down progress, and makes it hard for researchers to build on each other's work. Franca changes the game by training on public internet data, the same stuff you and I see every day, yet it still delivers top-tier performance. How? Let's get into the tech. At its core, Franca uses a clever technique called nested Matryoshka clustering. Think of Matryoshka dolls, those Russian nesting toys where each layer is smaller than the last. Franca does something similar with its neural network. Instead of one big cluster of features, it slices the data into progressively smaller, more detailed groups. Imagine breaking down an image of a car. First, you might group it as a vehicle, then narrow it down to sedan, then blue sedan from 2020. This layered approach lets the model learn finer details without making the system any bigger or slower. But here's where it gets really smart. Traditional models often get confused by ambiguous data. Like, is a cat a pet or a wild animal? Or even trickier, do image features reflect meaning or just position? Franca tackles this with a position-semantic disentanglement technique. It teaches the model to ignore where something is in an image and focus on what it is. Think of it like training a kid to recognize a dog by its bark, not where it's sitting. This tiny tweak leads to massive improvements in tasks like identifying objects in new contexts or spotting outliers in data. Now let's talk about how Franca actually sees the world. It doesn't just memorize data, it learns a spatial representation, like building a mental map of the environment. This isn't just about textures or edges, it's about understanding how objects fit together in 3D space. For example, when analyzing a street scene, Franca doesn't just detect a car, it grasps its position, orientation, and relationship to other objects. This makes it a powerhouse for real-world applications, from self-driving cars to augmented reality. The results? Franca outperforms state-of-the-art models on key tasks. It's better at in-context learning, figuring out new tasks from a few examples, out-of-distribution detection, spotting weird data it hasn't seen before, and even 3D understanding. On the VOC dataset, it hit 80% accuracy in keypoint matching, identifying body parts in tricky angles, beating models with way more data. On COCO-Stuff, it scored 60.5% in semantic segmentation, outperforming DINOv2, which was trained on 142 million images. Franca's secret weapon, a method called Matryoshka nested clustering, which helps the model learn hierarchical representations, from tiny details to big structures. Plus, a tweak called RASA removes biases that let models cheat by relying on shortcuts. The result? A model that's not just smart, but robust. It doesn't get confused by weird angles or missing data. And here's the real showstopper, Franca's performance in Gaussian Splatting, where models turn 2D photos into 3D reconstructions. It outperformed state-of-the-art systems, nailing both image quality and geometric accuracy. While others struggled with textures, Franca's spatial understanding let it create digital clones of scenes with stunning fidelity. Franca isn't just another AI model, it's a paradigm shift. By combining open-source transparency with cutting-edge techniques, it's paving the way for a future where vision models are smarter, fairer, and more accessible. Whether you're a researcher, developer, or just curious about AI, Franca shows that the next big breakthrough isn't hidden behind corporate firewalls. It's out there waiting to be explored. So what's next? How will Franca's open-source nature accelerate the next wave of AI innovation? Let's keep the conversation going, because the future of vision AI is still being written.